Okay, here we go with the second video in this series on my new channel. First thing I'm going to do is go through all the different actions that the survivors can make. So first of all, movement. Very similar to line of sight. Each survivor gets 3 actions per turn and they can do a number of things. So first one is going to be movement. They can only move in straight lines and one zone at a time. Cannot move diagonally. So we have Ned here. He wants to move up towards that abomination and attack it. Well, he can't actually attack it because he hasn't got a weapon that would do it, but if he wants to move up to the abomination, it would take him 1 action to move 1 zone. He can attack him from there if he wishes, or he can take another action to move another zone. He cannot, from this position, he cannot diagonally move over that way. It has to be in a straight line. Same thing with buildings. If this door was open, he'd take 1 action to move there. If he wanted to go into that room or that room via that open door or that one, he would have to use another action to evade the zombie. So it would take his second action would be to evade the zombie. His third action would be to move into that room. If there were 2 zombies in this room, he would have to use 2 of his actions to evade it because there's 2 of them, and his third action would be to move. Likewise, if there's 4 zombies, it would be 4 actions, 5 zombies, 5 actions, and so on and so on. So that is the movement and evade. The only way you can evade a zombie without using an action is with this guy here, Josh. Here's his card. His first special ability is slippery. That means if Josh was in this room, he wouldn't need to take an action to move away from the zombie. So if he wanted to move out here into the street, that would be 1 action because he has the slippery. Other characters can get the slippery skill later on when they move up their rankings. Another action is to open a door. Now this door is closed. Ned wants to open this door. In order to open the door, he'll need a weapon that will allow him to do that. I'll come on to the weapons later. So he'd use his action with his weapon to smash open the door. So that's 1 action. And his second action could be either to attack that by shooting it or moving into the room. All doors are classed as locked unless otherwise stated. Zombies cannot open doors, so you can use that as a tactic. There are certain scenarios as well where you can actually, well not scenarios, but a skill where you can actually shut the door again after it's been smashed open. But you'll discover that when you're playing the game. Another action is to search. Now each survivor can only search once per turn, and you can only search in rooms in a building and if there isn't a zombie in the room. So Ned here can't search this room because there's a zombie there, but if that zombie was in this room and this was empty, Ned can actually search in that room. Another action, just put them back, another action is to rearrange your pack. So let's take Amy here. She's got a pistol and a sawn-off shotgun. They're the 2 that are in her hands. If she wanted to place the katana in her hand and the pistol back in her backpack, that would cost 1 action to do that. When you're searching, you go through your equipment pack, pull out a card, you can rearrange your pack for free. Doesn't cost you any actions when you're doing that. Likewise, when you're trading with people, you can rearrange your packs for free then as well. Next thing is noise. Survivors can create noise as a tactic. So if we've got say Josh here and we've got Ned right the way over here, zombies will automatically move towards a survivor that they can see. If they can't see a survivor, or if there's two survivors in different places and they can see them both, then the zombies will have to split and move half to one survivor and half to another. If you've got, like Ned here, he's hiding behind the corner here, so this zombie cannot see him, but this zombie can see Josh. And Josh has made a little bit of noise, because every character makes noise, whether they move or breathe. That's classed as one noise token. So that means that this zombie will also be moving towards Josh. So what Ned could do is use two of his actions to bang a pan or something against the wall to make noise. So there's a lot of noise there. This zombie here will still move towards Josh in his go, but because this zombie cannot see Josh and he hears the more noise here, he moves that way. That's just a tactic to help split the zombies up a bit, so they're not all coming down onto one survivor, and you can help each other out that way. Obviously it doesn't require an action, but you can do nothing at all if you want. Another thing you could do is to trade. Now we have Amy and Josh here. Josh is going, he wants to trade with Amy. Amy's got a sawn-off shotgun, and so has Josh. He's got dual weapons. I'll come to that when I show you the cards later. Josh wants that sawn-off shotgun, so what he could say to Amy is, Amy, can I have your sawn-off shotgun? And she says, yes you can. And she could ask him in return for this shotgun, or she could not bother wanting anything. She'd say, I don't want anything, you could just have my sawn-off shotgun. Likewise, Josh could give Amy a weapon for free if he wanted to, without taking anything. But in order to trade, the two survivors have to be in the same zone together in order to trade. You'll definitely see that in action later on in the when we're playing the games, so that become more clear then. Another action is cars. Here we have a car. It costs an action to get into a car. It could cost an action to change seats. Here you've got your 4 different seats. It also costs an action to actually drive the car. Cars will drive 2 zones in one go. So if it was here, it could drive straight up to that zone with one action. You can also shoot from inside a car. You can search the cars as well. It would also cost you an action to get out of the car. And zombies can attack people while they're still in cars. But I'll go through the car rule when we get to a scenario where cars are being used. Another action is to take the objective. Here's the objective up here. So if we had Ned here, it's in this room, it would cost him an action to take that objective. And normally you get experience points for taking objectives. And a final action is to attack. This is the most important action that these people, the survivors, will do in the game. There's 2 forms of attack. There's melee attack, which is hand to hand, or ranged weapons attack. So we'll deal with melee first. So we've got Josh here. He's moved into this room, and I'll give you a couple of instances. This is a fire axe. This is a melee weapon. It's hand to hand. Now you'll notice you've got 2 graphics here. That graphic means that this weapon can be used to open a door, and it will create noise. This weapon is also used to attack zombies, but it won't create any noise whatsoever. You've got a pistol. This is a ranged weapon. It can be used to shoot a zombie, create noise, but it cannot be used to open a door. So only certain weapons like a fire axe, a chainsaw, and here we have a crowbar. Crowbar can open a door, but it's silent. They're the only weapons that can open doors, but we'll deal with that in a sec. We're doing attacking now. So Josh here, say he's got his fire axe and he wants to attack these zombies. Now on the bottom we've got 4 statistics. First one is the range of the weapon. 0 means that you can only use this weapon to attack if you're in the same zone as what you're attacking. If you've got something like the shotgun here, it's got 0 to 1, so you can use that in the same zone or 1 zone away. So melee would only happen in here. A ranged weapon, so the shotgun is 0 to 1, so he could attack him if he wanted to, or if he wanted to do 1 zone away, he could attack that zombie there. The next statistic is the dice roll. This says that this weapon you're allowed to roll 1 dice, whereas this shotgun is 2. This means you need to score a 4 or more to do damage. And the final one is the value that this axe can kill at. So you've got zombies, you've got walkers, runners. They've all got a body value of 1. Fatty's got a body value of 2. And an abomination's got a body value of 3. So this fire axe can do damage to figures that have got a body value of 2 or less. So this could actually kill a fatty or a walker or a runner, same as this one. A crowbar on the other hand can only attack walkers and runners. So that is a melee weapon. I'll give you an example. Fire axe got 1 dice and you need 4 or more. So he rolls the dice and he gets a 5. He can now specify which figure that he's asking to kill, that he's wanting to kill. If he had a weapon that could roll 2 dice in melee, it's 4 or more, he got a 4 and a 5, then both of those would be gone. Ranged weapons is a lot different from melee. So we've got Josh out here and he's got a shotgun. Now he wants to shoot into this room. Now there's a rule for ranged weapons. Doesn't matter if you're in the same zone as the figures you're fighting or a zone away. There's a rule that you have to follow. Targeting rule. You have to target survivors first, then walkers, then fatties, then abominations, and then runners. Now this would mean Josh has got 2 dice here to get 4 or more, so he shoots. He gets a 4 and a 5. The highest dice always goes for the character in the front, so the 5 would hit Ned and knock a wound off, and the 4 would also hit Ned and kill him, because survivors have 2 life points, so both those dice would have to attack Ned. If Ned wasn't in there and he threw a 4 and a 5, the 5 would kill that walker, because it's 4 or more and it could do a body damage of 2. The 4 would also kill the fatty, so they would be gone. If he had, say, 5 dice and he got maximum roll on the 5 dice, that 6 would kill that walker, that 6 would kill that fatty, that 5, the 4 and that 5 would all hit the abomination, but because his body value is 3 and the shotgun is only 2, the bullets would just run into him and that would be it. The runner would survive. If Ned was there and you threw all that, the 2 6s would kill Ned, that 5 would kill that zombie, that 5 would kill the fatty, and the 4 would just go inside the abomination and that'd be it. So in that sort of situation, unless you've got a Molotov cocktail, you would never ever kill that runner at the back. The only way you'd be able to kill that runner is if you were using melee weapons, and then you can actually specify which figure you're attacking. The only way you could avoid not hitting Ned with a ranged weapon is if Josh was equipped with a shotgun and it had a scope with it, because the scope enables you to actually target whatever figure you want. So that is the shooting rule. That will become more apparent when I do the actual game. Another quick thing to mention before I finish this video, you can get two items that you can combine together. So you've got a gasoline can and a glass bottle. Combine them together and that will make a Molotov. The Molotov has got a range of 0 or 1 and you don't roll any dice at all. So if he's got a Molotov, Josh here, and he throws it into this room, every single figure in that room will be dead. That includes the abomination, because that's the only item that can kill an abomination. The last thing I want to point out is dual weapons. In this corner, top corner here, you've got a cross. That's two machetes together. With the pistol or ranged weapons, you get that in the corner. This would mean if you are equipped with dual weapons, instead of rolling one dice, you would roll two. So you've got potential of actually killing two figures. So if Ned's got these dual weapons and he rolls two dice, he can kill two figures. So that's just a quick run through of the actions the survivors can do. I will now stop this video and I'll do one more video on the final bits of the rules, and then we will go into a little scenario. So as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave comments, and I'll see you on the next video.